Uh, okay, this is Jason Coleman, Price Mortgage Broker. Some big news today, but let's first reflect on what the Feds did yesterday. Jerome Powell yesterday and came out and raised the Fed's funds rate by 0.75%, the largest increase since 1994. What I also took note out of that speech he gave yesterday was Jerome Powell said yesterday, first-time buyers need a reset in the housing market. That's what he was referring to, which is very interesting. I know that the Fed's plan here is to create buyer destruction, demand destruction, right, on all things, so to get inflation under control. So what the big news here today is housing starts and housing permits. We'll get into permits in just a second. So in April, we had some good news. They had revised housing starts. And what is a housing start? It means the plans are approved, they're ready to pour the concrete, they're going to start building this home. And those plans were revised, and those numbers were revised up 5.5%. That's fantastic news. I mean, that's great. We need inventory, right? We're only at 10,500 here in Maricopa County, and normal is like 25, 30,000 homes. That's a balanced market. So we still have a lot of shortage in supply. But here is where things took a turn in May. The survey expected a negative 1.8% in housing starts. So that means they're going to not start as many homes. That's what the survey said. But the actual number came out and it was negative 14.4% housing starts. Negative 14.4. That is 160% decline. 160% decline in housing starts. That's not good. That is not good. It makes me wonder, what are the builders thinking? Are they feeling the demand destruction that's going on? Is that why they're not starting to build more houses in May? That's huge. They must be feeling some pain as far as buyer demand goes. So let's get into building permits, which is a leading indicator on, they're pulling permits to try and get more housing started. And the survey was expecting a negative 2.5% contraction because, rates are up. But the actual number came out and it was negative 7%. Negative 7%. You do the math on that. What is going on? What are builders thinking? Builders are the leading indicator when it comes to housing. I mean, they're in the business of selling houses. Resale homeowners, they're not in the business of selling houses. They don't need to sell, 50% of the time. They might be just trying to time the market, trying to get top dollar. They may have a great interest rate and don't need to sell. So if you don't come to the table with, what they're expecting, then they're just going to take the home off the market, potentially. You know what I mean? So home builders are in the business of selling homes. So I think that's something that we all should pay attention to. I'm not saying it's going this way or that way, but Jerome Powell, the Feds, which are always wrong, we don't trust the Feds. The government intervention with the low rates is really just hurts the consumer. It hurts the American people. Whatever the government does hurts the American people. Whenever they get into the free market and screw things up and try and control it, it just makes it worse. It's terrible. So I don't know that the Feds are going to be able to continue with their interest rate hikes, just because even though they're not part of the government, there's so much political pressure when it comes to elections. No administration that's in control wants to be the one that has high inflation when it comes to election time. So we all know that. So there's a lot of political pressure on the Feds. And if they would just go away, that would be fantastic. Hey, I appreciate your time for watching. And until next time.